I ended up playing Elden Ring almost entirely by accident. I was at my friend's house. I was visiting for a few days, I think maybe a week. He lived in London. I'd just broken up with my ex-girlfriend. And I'd always heard about Elden Ring and the Souls games. I never played any of them. I'd always heard about how hard they were, and that always put me off. I think once I tried to play Dark Souls when I was a kid, and I couldn't do it. It wasn't quite Kingdom Hearts. But I'd always been fascinated by the idea, and I was going through this kind of new era of just playing a bunch of video games. This is in 2024, so Elden Ring had been out for quite a while at this point. My friend was at work, his partner might have been cooking dinner or something, and I was in the living room. His PlayStation 4 was just kind of lying there, and I just thought, fuck it, I'm going to play Elden Ring, see what it's like. I couldn't quite get into it properly. I didn't even know you could target lock, which was ridiculous. I was kind of enamoured by the story, kind of a bit, maybe enamoured's the wrong word, maybe more baffled by it, because the story was so vague, and I kept dying to those bat flying creatures, and it was very off-putting, very annoying. But I couldn't stop playing it. I played it for about 5 hours straight, and I just couldn't stop. I couldn't stop thinking about it. And in the days afterwards, I just kept thinking about it, and I couldn't stop. But I had to stop eventually, because I didn't actually own the game. But I kept thinking about how great it was, about how weirdly addicting it was, how hard it was. I'd played 5 hours and I still hadn't got outside of Limgrave, and I was dying constantly. And the months go by and I revisit my friend. And I'm saying how great Elden Ring was and how much I really wish I could play it more. And he just said, just take my copy. And I started a new game. I played as a confessor. I learned what target lock was. I tried to pay attention to the story. I still haven't finished the game, by the way. I'm about 40 hours in and I'm just got to Raya Lucaria. And I kept playing it, and there was this moment in it. I'd only been playing for about 5 hours, and I found a chest. And when I opened the chest, what emerged from it was this big grey mist, this cloud thingy. And it transported me to Caelid, the place with the red sky and the town of sorcery and all these weird ghostly things. But I thought to myself, well, if I've gotten here this early, if I've been transported to this place this early on in the game, then surely I'm meant to be here, right? And it quickly became apparent as I kept dying over and over again, and as all of my hits on the apparitions barely did anything. I was not meant to be there, but I just thought that's how the game was, that it was just hard, and I had to keep powering through. Eventually I killed a few of them. I even killed one of the rooftop guards, bearing in mind I was still level 1 at this point, but I kept dying, and I kept being transported back to the site of grace, and I was getting really frustrated, to the point where I thought, I can't play this game anymore. I'm going to have to just stop. Maybe this game isn't for me. Then I realised you could fast travel. I didn't realise you could fast travel, so I fast travelled back to Limgrave, and I was like, okay, so maybe I'm not meant to be there. And I kept playing, and now I'm 40 hours in, and I'm at Raya Lucaria, and I can't stop playing it. But I'm absolutely enamoured by this fucking thing, and I can't stop thinking about it, and I can't believe I didn't play it earlier. It's probably one of the most difficult experiences I've ever had, and it's worth every moment. The main reason I'm so interested in it is, yeah, okay, it's hard, and I like the feeling of accomplishment that I get after I finish it, but another one of the main reasons is the story is so vague, but yet so well done, and the world that it's created, this dishevelled, strange, mouldy, decaying place with all of these monsters and these undead people who clearly don't want to be alive, and they're not easy to follow. It's not an easy story to follow, and I think that's why I like it so much. I think people as a whole have this fascination with the unknown, or at least fear of the unknown. I'm not a big horror fan, right? I can't do it, mainly because it scares me. Ooh. When I was 18 or 19, I watched It, and although it wasn't a scary film, it wasn't exactly terrifying, but the idea of Pennywise really scared me and kept me up at night. It was the fact that there was this clown that no one knows anything about, and he just lives to terrify people. You don't know anything about him. That scared me. So I did what I thought was normal and what I thought would help me. I googled everything I possibly could about Pennywise and gathered as much information as I could. I found out that his mortal enemy is a cosmic turtle. I found out that he's an alien. I found out all this weird stuff. Did I feel better for it? Maybe. But I definitely felt more secure that I knew more about it. So with Elden Ring, It's not exactly fear, it's fascination. It's the fascination of the unknown. And when you Google Elden Ring, or you go on YouTube and you just type in Elden Ring video essay or Elden Ring lore, there are thousands upon thousands of videos of people unpicking it, trying to figure out what it is, trying to explain to the audience what it is. There's a whole 9-hour video called The Entire Lore of Elden Ring. And then and then the thumbnail is just, yup, the whole thing. And I get it. You want to unpack it. You want to understand it. You're thrown into this world that you're forced to fight through, and you need to understand it. But maybe we just shouldn't try to understand it. Maybe we should just explore the feeling of the whole world and fight our way through it. If I'm being honest with you, this video is quite impromptu. As you can tell, I'm kind of dressed in a dressing gown and pajamas, and my hair is all disheveled, and, you know, I'm not really... I did not prepare for this, basically. If I'm being honest with you, though, these last few months have been quite difficult for me. I am constantly worried that I am an absolute failure in the eyes of the people that surround me and the people that care about me. I'm worried that they won't care about me anymore because they'll just see me as kind of pathetic. And at night, after I've kind of, applied for jobs constantly, done some of my writing, trying to get freelance work, I sit down at night and I play Elden Ring. And I got to Stormvale Castle. And I was playing it and I kept dying to those fucking knights. And I got angry that I couldn't beat them. And I googled it, and it turns out Stormvale Castle is the place in the game that makes or breaks a lot of players. And I read that, and I thought, I'm not going to let it fucking break me. So I kept playing it, and I beat it, and I beat Godric. And it really kind of helped me realize who I am. I know it sounds silly because it's a video game, but just hear me out. I am someone who is very driven by creativity, by art, by doing the right thing. Recently, I have had a tendency that when it gets hard, I kind of give up. I really struggle to get through it, especially in my life, because I've just been hit so many times with just the disappointment of things. But in Elden Ring, I was playing it, and it kept getting harder, and I did almost quit a few times. But whether it was in Caelid or whether it was Stormvale Castle, whatever it was, I kept trying because I just was determined to do it, and I kept learning from my mistakes. And I'm trying now to implement that in my real life. Shit's hard, man. Shit's hard out there for everyone. And much like Elden Ring, the world of Elden Ring in its dishevelled, vague look, just as I'm sat here in my dishevelled pyjamas look, life is hard. It's difficult. You're going to lose people. You're going to lose your way. You're going to struggle to figure out what it is you're going to do. But the point is you have to learn from it. You have to keep fighting through it. So yeah, I can't stop thinking about Elden Ring. I can't stop thinking about its world. I'm fascinated by its world. I've never really been into fantasy. I'm more of a science fiction guy. Although recently I'm reading The Witcher, and I'm loving it, and I want to read Lord of the Rings. But there's something about the world of Elden Ring, with how vague it is, with how well written its dialogue is, let's not fuck around here, with how well written its lore is, with its incredible world design. It just fascinates me, the whole thing. It really does. This isn't a video of me breaking down Elden Ring and talking about how it works and, what the lore means and what you can learn from it. This is a guy talking about how it makes him feel. Because at the end of the day, that's what Elden Ring is trying to do. Elden Ring is trying to make you feel something. Whether it's difficult, whether it's sad, whether it's anger, whether it's elation, whether it's satisfaction. It's trying to make you feel, and it's really not very concerned with trying to teach you all about the intricacies of its lore. It just wants to give it to you. And it's up to you how you interpret it. I think recently in the world we have gotten far too concerned with how criticism should be given. I think we're far too concerned with making sure we give all the facts to all art and make sure we analyse it properly, make sure we do a 3-hour video on breaking down every scene of a film. That's not what art is, and that's not how it should be treated. There is a place for that kind of criticism in genuine world problems, in politics and in science and, you know, and other things. But when it comes to art, yes, there is definitely a place for genuine critique. But I think we've gotten so hung up on that type of critique that we've forgotten that it's all right to feel. That it's all right to voice your opinion and talk about it, about how it made you feel. How you feel is subjective to the person. It's not objective at all. But you've got to remember that. And I'm telling you how Elden Ring has made me feel. And it's made me feel very, very good. And I'm not going to lie, I still struggle. It's not cured me. My antidepressants are trying to do that. But it has helped me and given me some sort of fighting spirit. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like. I think I'm going to do more videos where I just talk about my feelings. I'm not going to get too hung up on all the other stuff. Yeah. Peace out, brother.